That the Pakistan right now, the problem is in the Pakistan, not in the Taliban. We want respect to Afghanistan, to the idea of Afghanistan, to the sovereignty of Afghanistan. That is important. The Pakistan, they have a problem inside. Pakistan became angry because they didn't want the Taliban to come to the power, and they wanted that's like a Mujahideen, the Taliban fight, and they will take advantage from that. I know that Afghanistan will be damaged by fighting, but Pakistan will be more damaged.
The Qatar-mediated talks between Afghan Taliban and Pakistan have completely collapsed. What's really happening on the ground? What will it take for Afghanistan and Pakistan to really come back to the talking table, negotiate peace terms on the border issue? To discuss this and more, I'm being joined by Ambassador Abdul Salam Zaeef. Ambassador Zaeef was Afghanistan's ambassador to Pakistan during the previous Taliban regime, and now focuses a lot on what's happening when it comes to Afghanistan and the rest of the world. Ambassador Zaeef, thank you so much for joining us here on the network. Let's begin with the talks itself. Why do you think the two sides that have for many, many years, in the sense at least the Taliban with Pakistan administration, worked or had a working relationship or had ties, suddenly we see a complete collapse and breakdown? Why?
I think this is something not now, but the problem of Pakistan was always with the central government. That's what I was believing. One Indian colleagues asked me that the Taliban, they are not independent. I told them, no, this is not true. When they come to the power, when they come to the government, any Afghan, they will be independent about Afghanistan. And they will be protecting the benefit of Afghanistan. And the interest of Afghanistan will be first for anyone. So the Pakistan, right now, the problem is in the Pakistan, not in the Taliban. Because as a neighbor, we want a good relationship with anyone, with Pakistan, because we have the Durand line. It's almost 1,200 kilometers. And that's necessary to be stable, both sides. But we want that to be stable. But in the same time, we want respect to Afghanistan, to the idea of Afghanistan, to the sovereignty of Afghanistan. That is important. The Pakistan, they have a problem inside. That's they're unsecure right now, and they have no stability politically and economically. And they are thinking that the Taliban, they have a role in that. Or they are ignoring the people that they are not able to bring security and stability to Pakistan. They are putting their responsibility on the other shoulder. That's their problem, not our problem. Always we are, because we know the fruit of peace. That's a long time, more than 45 years, we were with 10. And right now we are enjoying this, the fruit of stability. We know the value of the security and stability in Afghanistan. We don't want to be destroyed, this kind of thing. But the Pakistan must to understand, they must to respect to Afghanistan and the sovereignty of Afghanistan. This is the problem.
Right. Ambassador Zaeef, you've known Pakistan very well. You've served there. Is the Pakistan of that time very different from the Pakistan of today? And how have they changed? How has their viewpoint changed towards Kabul?
I think that the Pakistan, they misunderstand from the previous time. When the Americans, they were in Afghanistan. Before that, when the Soviet Union, they were in Afghanistan, they were fighting. The refugees from Afghanistan, they were in Pakistan. And they took a lot of benefit from this situation. They became a power, they got the weapons, they got the nuclear weapons also. And the other progress in Pakistan came And they are thinking that Afghanistan must to listen to us. And the last time, you know, that when the Russian and the Soviet Union they leave Afghanistan, but there were negotiations between some parties. Pakistan were participated instead of the Mujahideen and Geneva. But still, the Afghan people, they didn't know what's happened there, what was the contract there. But this time, the Taliban, this was the wisdom or the Taliban used that they didn't give any chance to Pakistan to decide about the political situation of Afghanistan. The Taliban, they did by self. That the Pakistan became angry because they didn't want the Taliban to come to the power, and they wanted that's like a Mujahideen, the Taliban fight, and they will take advantage from that. But they didn't.
Right.
There is money sensitive, I think. That is the problem of Pakistan. Pakistan is not changed, but the people, they were thinking wrongly.
You're saying that there was a misconception, because I do remember the visuals of when Ghani government fell and the Taliban had taken over. The first visuals of the then ISI chief Faiz Hameed at Serena Hotel in Kabul, smiling, having a cup of tea, and everybody thought that this is now Pakistan's win too. And they actually thought that they'd be able to control how Afghanistan walks the road of diplomacy, who they walk it with, and what they do with their country. Do you think that was a misconception? And that Afghanistan had to break that illusion of Pakistan?
No, I'm agree with that. This was misunderstanding or misconception. But anyway, when they were thinking that the policy control of especially the political policy will be with the Pakistan, like they were thinking like that. They did before that. And that was problem. But I know they were thinking, but the people of Afghanistan, they were understanding what happened after the leaving the Soviet Union. But we didn't want to be in the same way. Afghanistan will be destabilized and no government. There will be fighting between several people, and Afghanistan will be destroyed again. That's we were understanding how to decide for the future of Afghanistan. The only way which we wanted that for Afghanistan, the destination of the people of Afghanistan will be decided by the people of Afghanistan. This was the reason we created the political office in Qatar, to be away from Pakistan and from the region. And that office have a responsibility to decide and to talk eventually to achieve the agreement with America.
Ambassador Zaeef, we will talk about what happened during the talks, but there has been dramatic escalation when it comes to statements coming out from the leadership of both sides. Take me through this. Explain to me or respond to, or your reaction to what the defense minister said in an interview or in a post on X. He said that they will obliterate the ruling Taliban in neighboring Afghanistan. That's the language that's being used.
Yeah, I heard, I read his statement about that. But what can I call to that? This was a stupid idea, or he is proud of something? I know the history of Pakistan. They didn't do anything to be proud of that. But they are, because I can see that that's kind of tracking. This is not some kind of wisdom. I can call this is a stupid idea to do it. Because he is a big responsible person. He must to be care about the principle, about the neighborship, about the fighting. That is very easy to call talking about the fighting, but they cannot able to fight. The fighting is very hard. Fighting, this is not the easy way. This is not the good choice. But the person to be responsible, this is not suitable for him to talk like this.
Okay.
This is very stupid idea, talking about fighting.
Okay, Ambassador Zaeef, going back.
The only way to problem and to resolve the problem But I would tell you that Afghanistan will be damaged by fighting, but Pakistan will be more damaged by fighting, and also it's possible to be dismantled.
Okay, Ambassador Zaeef, talking about the talks itself, why did the talks break down the way they did? What is the lack in commitment when it comes to Pakistan, or for that matter, Afghanistan as well? Because Pakistan accuses Afghanistan of harboring terrorists.
I will tell you that was agreed. Afghanistan will be not used against them, and Afghanistan will be not supporting anyone to do bad or something dangerous in Pakistan. Yes, but the Pakistan will do the same, because if someone targeting Afghanistan from inside Pakistan, they have to guarantee that. For example, the American, they are coming there. Their airplane is coming and they are bombing Afghanistan through Pakistan. They have responsibility for that. They have to start it, for example. And other activities like Daesh, they are supported by them. They have to start, and they have to guarantee that they are not interfering in the internal issue of Afghanistan, of not supporting anyone. This will be respect from both sides, but they were not accepting responsibility, and they want guarantee from Afghanistan. That was the reason, the failing of negotiation.
Right. But are there any guarantees? Because Pakistan now claims that they have evidence about TTP being given safe havens on Afghan soil, and that Afghanistan is not committing to acting against or reining in the TTP.
I think this is the claim only, but the evidence I don't think they had. They targeted 4 times during the fighting. They targeting the places in Kabul and Kandahar and Paktia, and they said we targeted the TTP, but this was not true. They killed the civilian people and they destroyed the houses of the people of Afghanistan. That means their claim is different from their evidence. They have no evidence. But anyway, that's some issue is that the Taliban, Afghanistan, they claim that Daesh is inside the Pakistan, and they are supporting. They have evidence for that. They have showing the evidence. There is a camp. They are supporting. These people are supporting. That was clear evidence, but they are not accepting that, and they are pushing the Taliban to accept the responsibility. Yes, if they want really to resolve the problem, they must to understand the root of the problem, and they work and they have to accept. This is the way to resolve the problem.
Right, Ambassador Zaeef, also one more interesting piece that is coming out is that the Pakistani, that there's a revelation, and it's only source-based, that Pakistan for the first time is admitting that it cannot prevent drone strikes into Afghanistan because of a secret agreement with a foreign country. What foreign country is Pakistan talking about that they have a secret agreement with?
We don't know, which we understand. We don't know really. That was American drone coming or Pakistan drone coming. If anyone is, they have responsibility to stop, because this is coming from Pakistan. And the Pakistan, if they don't want anything to be used against them from Afghanistan, we have the same guarantee from Pakistan to not use anything against Afghanistan through Pakistan or from Pakistan. I think that the agreement which they were showing, we have an agreement, this was with American before. Maybe this was their aims.
So they're saying they can't stop the drones because this secret agreement, if that country wants, which in this case could be America, if that country wants to bomb Afghanistan, then Pakistan can't stop it.
Yes, this was a issue raised in the table, I think. That's some kind of thing which the Pakistan wanted from Afghanistan. It was not suitable. For example, to control the TTP from inside Afghanistan, or ask from TTP to come to Afghanistan and then control them. That's something is on logic like this. And the Taliban told them, yes, to control the drone from your side. If you have a contract with someone, this is your contract. But why this will be used against Afghanistan? Something is that's the question. They have to accept this kind of thing. For example, the TTP. They are calling, you have to call them terrorists. But we are not willing. Why? Why we will call terrorists? This is your enemy. If you are fighting or anything, this is your responsibility. We will control the Durand line, that we will not allow anyone to cross the border, and they will not use the territory of Afghanistan. But this is not our responsibility to tell your enemy this is the terrorist, or to tell anyone else that's the terrorist. Baloch is the terrorist, the Pashtun is the terrorist, the TTP is the terrorist, other people they are terrorists. This is not what's responsibility. The terrorist, the main, what you have, our advice for them was to sit with them, talk with them, and hear from them what is the problem. This is problem inside Pakistan is increasing day by day. In Balochistan and also in Pashtunkhwa, this will maybe go to Punjab in Sindh. And we are not responsible for that. Our responsibility is only the Afghanistan soil will be not used against them. That's is.
But that's an assurance you gave even during the. Ambassador Zaeef, that's an assurance that Afghanistan gave during the talks as well. The Qatar-Turkey mediated talks.
My belief is that Pakistan will come back to the table, because I know they are not able to resolve problem through pushing, pressure, or some propaganda or fighting. And the only way is eventually the way is the negotiation, because they have to understand from American, they came to Afghanistan. There were more than 41 countries. They have military presence in Afghanistan. More than 400 military Afghans, they were with them. And they didn't resolve the problem of Afghanistan by fighting or by pushing. Eventually they came, and the negotiation starting almost 10 years. Eventually it was achieved to resolve the problem. Yeah, I think fighting is easy, but the stopping is very hard. If the Pakistan start, this is easy for them, but stopping will be very hard for them. The only way is negotiation. That is my belief.
Ambassador Zaeef, Pakistan always has now been blaming Afghanistan for harboring terrorists. What do you have to say about non-state actors that Pakistan has been using for years and decades? Do they have any accountability, any answering to do on that front? What do you have to say?
They don't want to hear this kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the escape from negotiation, because the mediator was also surprised what they were hearing from them, unlogically. And with the Afghanistan wants something logically, they were not listening. And they wanted something unlogical from Afghanistan, and they wanted. This is some kind of thing that Pakistan must to respect Afghanistan. If they don't want the interfering of others, they have to stop interfering of themselves in the other countries. That's the only way. I think I'm believing they will come back to the table.
Okay, just zooming out a little and bringing India and the talks and meetings with India in. Do you think in future the contacts that Kabul and New Delhi now have could spell a lot of problem for Islamabad, particularly Rawalpindi?
No, they don't want the Afghanistan to have a good relationship with many countries, especially India. But this is not their job. And Afghanistan is an independent country, and they can talk with anyone. They have to have embassy somewhere. They have the diplomatic relationship with other countries, economic relationship with other countries. But they're making anger. But that's their problem, not our problem. Afghanistan want good relationship with India, and also they want good relationship with the other neighbor. Why we don't have the problem with other neighbors? For example, with China, we have good relationship. With Tajikistan, we had some kind of problem, but right now it is very good relationship with them. With Uzbekistan, we have the same good relationship. With Turkmenistan, no problem. With Iran, before we had, right now it is good. Why only Pakistan? They have a problem. They have a problem with us. They have a problem with Iran. They have a problem with India. This is 3 neighbors. We have 6 neighbors. We have a good relation with them. They have a problem with all. I think this is a good example.
Very, very interesting and very good example. But because you mentioned Iran, is the India-Iran-Afghanistan corridor circumventing Pakistan now going to become one which is actually going to be a working corridor?
Yeah, I don't know really from that, but I'm appreciating that to be more progress. And I think anything to be more progress is making more trust, making more progress, and that's I'm appreciating.
Okay, and finally, before I let you go, I saw some of your comments, Ambassador Zaeef, you saying that the interlocutor of Pakistan should change. What's the problem there?
The Pakistan problem, internal problem. They have to resolve their problem. This is one. The secondly, the military dictatorship. That's the problem inside Pakistan. And I know that the people, the population, the politician, they don't want fighting with Afghanistan. They don't want any kind of problem with Pakistan. Then only military, they want a problem. I think the people of Pakistan, if they want to stay secure with the people and they want to stay in stability with our neighbor, they must to do something to finish the dictatorship of military power in Pakistan. This is the only way to resolve. I wrote something about that because the military people, they didn't know how to negotiate and they didn't know how to respect. They didn't know the diplomacy, and they're fraud and they are attacking by some kind of unlogic. That's, I said, there must be change, and the people to know respect in negotiation, to have a experience about that, they will giving a vote.
Ambassador Abdul Salam Zaeef, thank you so much for joining us with this absolutely insightful conversation that I've had with you, not just on what's happening within Pakistan, but also between Afghanistan and Pakistan. Thank you so much.